Hello, and thank you for stopping by. Today, I'm working on this mini refrigerator that's not cooling. Not only is it not cooling, but the compressor isn't even kicking on. I'm going to show you how I go about to diagnose the problem and how I get it fixed. So let's get started. I open the door. You can see that the light is on. So electricity is coming into the unit, but the compressor isn't kicking on. I picked this cooler up a couple of months ago because the other one I had, the compressor runs, but nothing happens. And there are times that I end up with some extra eggs, and I picked up this unit to put the eggs in, not to load up my home refrigerator. I haven't had a need for it until recently. My freezer went out, and I was looking to store some stuff to keep it cold, and when I plugged it in, it didn't work. I didn't have any reason to think that this unit wasn't working when I picked it up. It was clean. I left it outside for about a week. That's what I generally do when I pick anything like that up. I'll leave it out, and then I bleached it all down. It was clean when I got it, but that's just the way I go about it. Now, I do notice that over here, it says set on 1. If the camera's picking that up, only. Now, when I was cleaning this, I know I turned this around, but no matter where I turn it, nothing happens. No hum, nothing. So this could be one of several issues. The first thing I'm going to do is to check this thermostat to see if it's allowing the electricity to get down to the compressor. To do that, I'm going to unplug this first. See, the light went out, and here's the plug. Now you will need a voltmeter or multimeter to check this, and this is how I'm going to go about checking it. This is just a simple Harbor Freight multimeter, nothing expensive, nothing fancy. This you have to read the numbers because it doesn't buzz when you have continuity. And some of the more expensive units, when you check the continuity, it'll buzz. So we set this on ohms, sending it down to 200 ohms. And this now is set at a temperature. So there should be continuity between these two spades. You have this one and this one here. Oh, it's showing continuity now. I know what's going on. It's showing continuity because the light switch is opened. Now if I push this in as if the refrigerator door was closed, we'll see there isn't any continuity. All right. Release the switch and we have continuity. But we're not showing any continuity for the thermostat itself. It doesn't matter what position I put it on. I'm holding that switch closed now. And let's see. Still nothing. Doesn't matter what number I put this on. Now the other thing we could check, want to make sure this ground wire is connected to ground, that there isn't any break in the wire. So I'm touching it to a metal part of the refrigerator, and we can see that we have ground. So we know that there's continuity through the cord. The cord isn't broken. Like I said, when I picked this unit up, I didn't have any reason to think it wasn't working. Guess I should have checked it out. I'm going to pull this thermostat out, and it looks like there's a screw right here. I don't know if there's one back there. We'll find out. We'll see. Now, this was set on 1 only. Okay, this is what we have in here. Here's the thermostat. Here's the 2 wires for the light. And you have the thermostat. I believe these are the hot leads, and this green wire is the ground. So I'm going to take this thermostat out, and then I'm going to jump these 2 leads and see if that compressor kicks on. I'm going to jump these 2 leads reconnect the plug, see if the compressor comes on. Way I'm going to jump it, I got this piece of wire. I stripped off the sheeting. I smashed it down with a hammer, filed it down a little to make it thin enough to get into there, and just bent it over. If you're doing this, you want to be careful. Make sure it's not touching any metal or your hands. All right. You see where I made that connection? You know what? This is plastic, but you don't want to touch any metal or anything else. So now I'm going to plug this in, and we'll see if that compressor kicks on. You hear that? Compressor's plugged in. Can you hear it? All right. I'm going to unplug the refrigerator. Although it's not necessary, I'm going to check this thermostat with the meter to see if there's continuity in there, which we know it's not because it didn't show through the wire. Let's give that a try. First we want to unplug it. And you can see that light came on also. We have it unplugged, the compressor went off, and the light's out. Now, we'll put our two leads on this thermostat. One here, and this other one back. This one back here. I have the two leads on the thermostat. Turn it on. I'm going to see that there isn't any continuity at all. Turn this knob. Nothing. So this thermostat is shot. Today I was at the recycle center and there were a couple of these small units there. I pulled some other pieces out that I thought might have been the problem, and I only got one thermostat. The other refrigerator that I wanted to get the thermostat out of, when I opened it up, it was full of food. Smell almost knocked me over. But let me get this thermostat out and we'll check the other thermostat before I put it in, and we'll take it from there. Here's my new used thermostat, and we can see it has continuity. These ohms are pretty high and they're bouncing all over the place. I don't know what the reading should be, but we know that current could pass through this. Turn it doesn't seem like it's going off though. When I turn it all the way one way, I'm not sure which way would be off, but when I turn this, it should cut out. This one isn't letting any current go through it. This one looks like it may not shut off. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook this one up and see how this refrigerator runs. Whether this controls the temperature or just lets it run. If it doesn't control the temperature, I have a new one that I ordered, and I just put the new one in. But for now, we'll test it with this. In a way, if you're not familiar with this, the way these thermostats work, all it is a switch. Just like this light switch, lets current go through. When the switch is opened, current can't pass through. When the switch is closed, the current goes through. Like a light switch on the wall. And the way this works, this is a thermocouple here. When this hits a certain temperature, it presses a metal tab on the inside, which makes the connection or breaks the connection, depending on how you set this. There's a spring on that. So what I'm going to do now is take this thermostat out, and it looks like I have to pry this off, and there's usually a nut at the end, like this one here, that holds it on. The one I got this out of was completely different. So I'm going to take this apart, put this one in, let it run, and I'll come back in a while to see if it's controlling temperature. I'm not sure if this is going to control temperature or not. I'm not reassembling this until I find out for sure. If it works, I'll reassemble it, and the new one I ordered, I'll just keep on the side. And what I did, I left the old one still hanging here. It's not connected to anything. You can see how the thermocouple goes back. This one here, I just put through the back, and inside the little freezer compartment, I have it sticking up back there. The old one was up here. This is the new one. So if this holds temperature, I'll reassemble this. If it doesn't, new one comes in, I'll pop it in, and we'll be good to go. So let's get these tools out of here. Shut this off. I have this little thermometer we'll stick in here, see what kind of reading we get. Plug this in. Okay, and you can hear the compressor running. See the lights on, the door's open and the switch is making contact. When you close the door, closes the circuit, the light goes out. So when I come back, we'll check what the temperature is. If it's too cold or too warm, we'll turn the knob and see if that controls it. Now let's give this some time and then we'll be back. I've been back here several times and it looks like we have a reading a little over 30 degrees. Before it was in the low 20s. So this thermostat is working and it looks like it's going to be close to the number 1 again. Okay, temperature's rising quick since I opened the door. All right, so this right here with the door open, it just came back on. So this thermostat is controlling temperature. Now all that's left to do is to unplug this unit again. Remember to unplug these units when you're working on them. Remove this old thermostat. Make the routing of this thermocouple a little more uniformed. Mount this back on and we're good to go. If you found this video useful or you have any questions, let me know by posting your comments down below. Give it a like. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. It's free. And to get notified of my new videos as I upload them, don't forget to hit that bell icon. Until next time, stay safe.